What's up, brothers? So I've had a few people ask me to make a video about how to find the right woman for a long-term relationship. And I've spent the last few days, well, I've been kind of busy, but I've also been trying to think of how to word this. And, I think I'm ready to go. So we're going to try to get this one out. Now, the first thing that you guys need to understand is there is no magical right woman. She's not just going to pop up and be the perfect fairy tale woman for you. That's total bullshit. As a matter of fact, that's something that would align the Manosphere with radical feminism. They both believe that, the magical spouse is just going to show up out of nowhere. And it's not a very smart way of thinking. There's also a few other things about radical feminism in the Manosphere that line up pretty well. For example, they tell feminists that they should focus on their career, that they should not be focused on a family, that they should keep their options open, that they should be sexually liberated, which means they should go out and hook up with as many people as possible, so on and so forth. And the Manosphere definitely tells men to do the exact same thing, focus on your money and your career, all that. Spin plates, keep your options open, don't get one-itis, which one-itis is just a insecure way of saying, it's an insecure man's way of saying he's caught feelings. I've got one-itis. So anyways, the reason why I'm talking about the alignment of feminism and the Manosphere is because a lot of times we talk about modern women, right? Club chicks, sluts, girls that are out there fucking everybody, right? And we always say that women that hook up a lot, that have a high body count, are less likely to pair bond. They're less likely to have a deep emotional connection and long-term meaningful relationships, right? Because they become psychologically damaged. But it's funny that when we give men dating advice, we say you should spin plates, you should hook up with at least 50 women so you have the experience to deal with women, so on and so forth. We just basically say the same thing. And we say that when guys do this, they're less likely to get one-itis, which means they're less likely to develop an emotional connection and have long, meaningful relationships. That's literally all that means. And I'm not saying that there's no benefit in most of the advice in the, deep into the Manosphere. There's a lot of good advice, but, facts are facts, and that's just the truth. So what most of the Manosphere tells you to do when you're trying to find the right woman for you is they say go out and date a lot of women. And they say if you date a lot of women, well, you're going to find out which ones you like, which ones you don't like. You're going to get good experience, and you're going to be able to pick the cream of the crop. That's what they say. That's also what feminists say to women. The problem is when you do this, whether you're a man or a woman, what you become attracted to is the most toxic types of relationships. The women become more and more attracted to the bad boys that break their hearts, and the men become more and more attracted to red flags, right? They say, stay away from girls with high body counts, with male friends, with tattoos, with nose rings, so on and so forth. But the more women you hook up with, the more turned on you are by these red flags because they're exciting. Let's be totally honest. Red flags are turn-ons. I hate to say it, but we got to be fucking totally honest. If you're sitting around wondering if your girl's cheating on you or not, that's a fucking turn-on. I mean, it's sick, but it's a turn on, right? It makes you more attracted to her for some reason. It's like it kicks in your competitive nature. It makes you want her even more, sadly. And same goes for women, right? When they're with a bad boy that's got a lot of girls and they're always wondering if he's cheating on her, it drives up their sexual attraction to him. But that's what you get, man, when you're out there in the game. When you're out there spinning plates and got a rotation and you're hooking up with all different types of people. So, you know, if you're looking for the right kind of woman and you're doing it that way, that's going to be like finding a needle in a haystack, because all the right women that come along are going to be boring. You know, if you've been hooking up with club chicks that, you know, do all kinds of freaky shit, you're having threesomes and all kinds of shit like that, and then, you know, you walk into the store and you see that cute cashier that's about to graduate college, that's single, that works 2 jobs, doesn't really go out, doesn't drink, but she's giving you choosing signals, and you're trying to talk to her, but you're bored of her, and you just miss the connection because she's not exciting enough. That's what's going to happen. You know, if you decide to really take the hardcore Manosphere dating advice, that is what's going to happen to you. I guarantee you, because I've been there before. 100%. When you can't get one-itis anymore, when you don't seem to have emotional connections to any women, but you're hooking up with a lot of them, you're going out with a lot of them, that's what's going to happen. And that's what happens to sluts too. So what I did personally, and this is all I'm doing, guys, is giving you my best advice, and you can take it or leave it, you know, take it for what it's worth. My best advice is to spend some time by yourself, first of all. You know, allow yourself to be lonely just a little bit, because, you know, when you start spending time by yourself, you stop spinning plates, stop going out with the club chicks, stop partying, stop doing all that shit, and just spend time with yourself. And really ask yourself, you know, are you somebody that you would want to spend time with? And be for real. What type of person would you want to spend your time with? Somebody that's dependable, you know, somebody that's honest with you, somebody that treats you well, somebody that, you know, somebody that you can just trust to be there for you, you know? I guess dependable, that's the number one quality that you should be looking for. You know, are they dependable? And then after you spend time by yourself and you start to get a little bit lonely, and you start to develop that ability to catch one-itis, because again, one-itis is just an insecure man's term for an emotional connection. That's all it is. I mean, for real. They say it means you're putting a woman on a pedestal, but think about it, man. Think about it. Let's say you had a son that was playing high school football. You got 11 players, well, 22 players total on the field, and you're putting one of them on a pedestal. Why? Because you love him. He's your son, you love him. So you put him on a pedestal. So, you know, terms like putting women on a pedestal, that really is an insecure man's term. You know, you gotta get used to being able to do that again if you want to have a good relationship. I know it sounds weird, but it's true. You know, knock out all those insecurities out of your head. So anyways, once you get used to being by yourself, then you keep your eyes open, you know, and understand that, you know, some people say, the women you attract are a reflection of who you are as a man. But I say, you know, the women you attract are a complement to who you are as a man. They're complementary. So, for example, if you're somebody with low self-esteem, you're needy, you're clingy, you're going to attract women that are going to use you and abuse you, because that's what's complementary to who you are. And if you're a woman, this video is mostly for the guys, but if you're a woman and you're needy and clingy and kind of desperate, you're going to attract men that want to abuse you. That's just the way that that's going to go. That's just the fact of the matter, because that's what's complementary to you. So, you know, you want to get out there and be yourself, be confident, have backbone, but find a woman that's complementary to that, right? You are not out going around the clubs, hooking up with a bunch of club chicks anymore. You are responsible. You have your shit together. Huh? Yeah. I'm talking into the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you might have heard it.
No. Have a good night. So anyways, you're you're going to be strong and confident, have backbone, be masculine, have your shit together. And you'll start to see that the women that you attract are complementary to what you are. You know, they're feminine, they're submissive, they're not going out and getting fucked at clubs all the time, not drinking all the time. You know, since we've been talking about the Manosphere a little bit in this video, I know a lot of guys are going MGTOW, which means they're just done with women altogether. And then you got a lot of other guys that are getting their passports. You know, getting their passports and going and hooking up with Mexican and Brazilian and Filipina, you know, all types of women. You ain't gotta fucking go to other countries, man. Come to Oklahoma. Come to Oklahoma, bro. Or Texas, or Kansas, or Arkansas, or Nebraska, you know, right here in middle America. Everywhere you go, everywhere I go, I see women in their 20s, you know, in college or maybe graduating college, you know, working hard, working 60 hours a week, living by themselves, giving choosing signals, looking for a boyfriend, looking for a long-term relationship, looking to settle down and start a family. You know, they're all over the place. But you're not going to see these kind of women if you're out there spinning plates, you know, hustling all the time, just trying to be rich and famous like most Manosphere guys try to teach you to be. You know, if you're pursuing all that stuff, the right kind of woman is never going to pop up. But if you can learn to lay low, have your shit together, just move quietly with confidence, stop trying to be the class clown to get attention, the right kind of woman's going to pop up. But you got to reset your brain. If you're a guy that's been out hooking up like crazy, you got to take some time off, man. You got to check out for a little while. Because when you're hooking up, when you're addicted to pussy, you know, you start to lose track of like what a good woman actually is. And you're just looking for the sluttiest kind of woman. That's not a good move. And if you're a guy that's, you know, like an incel, You don't have any options. I don't believe that, you know. Like I said, women are kind of a reflection of who you are as a man, but they're complementary to who you are as a man. That means if you're 30 years old, living in your mom's basement, making $35,000 a year and out of shape, the girl for you is working over there at the Dollar General. She smokes a pack of cigarettes a day. She's 325 pounds. You know, wheezes when she breathes. That's the woman for you, because that's what you've earned and that's what you deserve. But you know, if that's you, self-improvement is key. Not hooking up and spinning plates, I don't think, but working out, making money, and socializing and shit like that is your key. But I got a feeling most of the guys that watch my video ain't incels, so I don't really cover that topic that much. Anyways, guys, I guess that's really all there is to be said about that subject. Hope that answers some questions. And I hope it didn't sound like I'm dogging the Manosphere too much, to be honest with you. But let's be totally honest, man. The Manosphere been getting dragged lately, all across the board, making us look silly. But we got to be level-headed, you know. Sometimes we can't be the guys that sit back in cases when people do correct us, when people do make valid points against us. We got to respect it, and we got to take it, and we got to say, you know what, that's actually a pretty good point. It's actually a good point, you know. It's okay to stand corrected. It's also okay to fight back if you believe that you're right. And that's the important part of open discussion and debates. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off. Hope this video was somewhat informative, but I got to bounce. Peace.
To the window, to the wall, until the sweat drops down my balls, until all you bitches crawl. Oh, skeet, skeet, goddamn.